Good evening. Tonight we are heading to the South Coast to be joined by George and Nevada. So thank you very much for joining us this evening and on Instagram, either side of your workday today.
That's all right. Thanks for having me.
So, as someone who plays music around the day job, how do you kind of manage the two commitments?
It's an uphill battle for sure. Um, it's a very strict 9 to 5 job as well, so it's not like it's got flexible hours or anything. So when it comes to gigging, it's a little bit difficult, when we can gig. But during the live streaming lockdown times, it's not been too bad. There was a moment where I was working from home, and just that 20-minute journey being gone was so much easier. But yeah, managing it's not too awful. I can schedule things and do all that jazz. So that's kind of what I've been doing.
And you've shown us your hobby of the hats as well. Do you have any spare
Yes.
time?
No. I really don't. I wish I could say I do. I was actually talking to Amelia Quinn earlier about this because we were saying that she works a full-time job as well, and we were both just like, "How? What do we do? Like, when do we sit?" But we find time. We find time.
So, over the last year, you have got very active on social media with the live stream. So, how did you find the transition from someone who was quite sort of active performing live as well in those early stages last year?
I've never been very technical, so I definitely had to throw myself into the social media and try and get the hang of it all. And learning how to live stream was the most difficult part. And it's playing a song and then just sitting there and being like, "Hope you liked it. On to the next one." I think that was the biggest struggle, to be honest. And you have to get really good at talking to yourself. Which I mean, everyone does it on their own, but like doing it to knowing that people are watching from the other end is a little bit strange. But I feel like we've all kind of got the hang of it now. We've all sort of invested in microphones and like we've all got backgrounds and like so we're getting there. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully not for much longer, but
So, talking of the background, can we get the rundown on the streaming corner?
the streaming corner. Well, we have Crossley here. Oh,
Hold on,
there.
if I put you full screen, we might be able to see more. There
Oh,
we
there
go.
we go. So we've got the Crossley. Oh gosh, it's all backwards. There. Then I've got the earrings here from Red Cells and Rodeo's design. And these were all lasered into wood. There's a hat there. Guitars are all on along here. They all hang on the wall, and they've got like an old whiskey barrel that they sit on. We've got some art here by oh gosh, by Little Lady Tattoos, and the skull behind me is by her as well. And the pillow is her actual home decor company, which is all like 70s vibe, which is yeah, quite cool. And Moonshine, obviously.
So, how much has kind of been added in the last year to bulk it out a little bit?
This didn't exist. This didn't exist until about 2 months ago, and I just had a moment where I was like, I need a corner. And I've put everything. Oh, there's an amp lamp on the floor as well. That strange thing with the number plates. Um, so yeah, it's been it was really fun to make and put together.
Now, obviously, in the last few weeks, you've really sort of ramped it up with the Moonshine Monday sessions. Does it help
Yes.
having this in the diary each week?
I think so. I think it's helped with because between releases, I was kind of like, what do I do? I, I don't know what to do now. So because we can't gig, so I thought I'll just set these up. And there's a lot of charities I've wanted to support, and I didn't know really how to do that and to kind of merge it with music as well. So Moonshine Mondays makes that a lot better, and it kind of like brings awareness to different charities too. Um, so yeah, it's been really fun, and I get my fiance on and too because he's a drummer. It gives him something to do on a Monday night, and we kind of just try out all the songs that we wouldn't play in normal streams where people have asked us to play. Because yeah, nowhere near rehearsed. It's kind of in the like 5 minutes leading up to the going live.
So, what kind of reaction have you been getting then to a more of a kind of off the cuff kind of set compared to having a set list ready and prepared?
Yeah, good. I mean, we get a lot of comments from all the kind of like country regulars. It's really funny. They all, I think they all enjoy it secretly. I think they're so used to us all kind of looking like we know what we're doing. So it's quite refreshing. I think that we literally sat there like, I don't know what I'm doing halfway through a verse. But yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun. It's good fun.
So looking back to last summer, you had a pretty busy kind of couple of months all crammed into that sort of limited time we were out of lockdown. And you also kind of had your original music out on the streaming sites at the time. So how is it like performing with your own music being out and available for people to go and download after?
Yeah, it was strange. Really strange. Yeah, I've been gigging for like 10 years and I hadn't released anything up until I think was it September. Yeah, I think it was September 2020. So everything's kind of gone from 0 to 100 within the space of a year, but there's been this like 10-year build up to it doing that. So I think it's definitely different and it's weird being able to be like, yeah, go check out my song. It's out everywhere. Just type my name in. That's definitely been the coolest part, and the fact that people know the songs that I'm playing to them in the, like streams and at gigs. Like seeing people mouth the words and stuff is just it's so rewarding.
So what made you decide that was the time to release an original song? Because it was quite an interesting time of year to choose and an interesting year to
A
make
great
your first sort
decision.
of big steps.
I think it's because we'd been in lockdown for a little while, and I was kind of at the point where I was like, what am I doing? I've been gigging for so long. I now can't gig. I need to do something, and this is always something that I wanted to do, but because I've got the 9 to 5, I didn't have the time, and it just wasn't the right time. So I think having the freedom to sort of sit back and be like, right, what can I do? How can I do this? And to dedicate the time that I wanted to dedicate to it, um, it kind of made the timing oddly perfect because I spent so much time on that on the first release, um, and getting it all good and PR and everything I'd never done before. So I had to learn all of that, but I had the time to learn it all. So that's yeah, that's why the timing was so odd.
So what was the release day like for you? Watching it slowly kind of climb up those
Oh,
charts.
it's so bizarre. It was the most surreal feeling. I'd never even imagined I could be sat on a chart with like I don't know, like Keith Urban on one side and Ashley McBryde on the other, or Brad Paisley, Dolly. Like it was really strange, um, but then so rewarding, like insane to see the work actually having paid off as well, and people really enjoying the song and the reactions that everyone was giving was just yeah, it was great.
And then when you kind of started creeping up the all genre chart as well, what was the kind of feelings going through there? Was the champagne bottle starting to get opened?
Yeah. I was planning the meal out. So we are celebrating, especially with The Devil Dealt Me You. That was crazy. I think that one got to 36, which was just like blew my mind. I was like, I remember top 40s. Wasn't that a thing once? So yeah, no, it was really really cool. Really cool.
So had you set yourself any expectations of what you'd hope the track would do?
Not really. At the time of the first release, whatever you've got, I genuinely had no idea what to even expect. Um, so for that to have done as well as it did, but I kind of at the same time I wasn't gonna expect anything. I did the same with Devil Dealt Me. I don't want to expect anything because I don't think it doesn't reflect on the actual quality of the song a lot of the time as well, or like the how I feel about the music and stuff. So as long as I'm proud of what I'm putting out there, I'm fine with it. I don't care where it sits. Um, but yeah, definitely got lucky on those two.
So I'm sure it's probably a very sleepless night that Thursday night back in September. But if you could go and like give yourself some advice at the time, you're probably tossing and turning, trying to get to sleep, full of nerves. What do you think you'd actually say to yourself?
Sleep. Go to sleep. Because yeah, no, it was like that. It was completely like that. It was like, oh, look, it's on Spotify now at like midnight. Like, look at my face on Spotify, and then um, And then I just couldn't get over the hype until the morning, and then I was really tired for the rest of the day. But yeah, I just tell myself to sleep, to be honest.
So was the Friday a work day, or had you booked the day off?
I booked the day off. Yeah, I had a feeling I'd be on my phone too much. So yeah, better safe than sorry.
Excellent. Here, you're going to play a few songs for us tonight, aren't you? So do you want to start with one now? Let me.
Yeah. So this one is "The Devil Dealt Me You." So yeah, I hope you guys like it. This life of mine's been passing me by like a record keeps skipping all the time. That LP's gonna break me by the end of the day. Them high rolls gonna keep me high. That queen of hearts ain't no queen of mine. My bed won't matter either way. And I'm all out of faith, waiting on my luck to change, but going all in's the name of the game. When the devil dealt me you, he thought I'd fold just like I did, but I played the hand I had right on through, and my heart won't skip a beat. I'll play a diamond on one knee, and we'll build a house out of all the cards I drew. But the devil dealt me. Them highs and lows are gonna roll on by. We'll raise the stakes on our love tonight like hold'em. Take every chance I get. And I'm all out of faith, waiting on my luck to change, but going all in's the name of the game. When the devil dealt me you, he thought I'd fold just like I did, but I played the hand I had right on through, and my heart won't skip a beat. I'll play a diamond on one knee, and we'll build a house out of all the cards I drew. But the devil dealt me you, took me by surprise. Who knew we'd be two of a kind? I'm left with the scars by the end of the night. When the devil dealt me you, he thought I'd fold just like I do, but I played the hand I had right on through, and my heart won't skip a beat. I'll play the diamond on one knee, and we'll build a house out of all the cards I drew, and I'll love you, ain't no bluff, it's true. Oh, the devil dealt me. Oh, the devil dealt me you. The devil dealt me. I need to read.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, a question I always have for the UK artists: what is people's reaction at work and when you're out and about when you tell people you're a country singer?
You get the standard. What does that mean? Like you kind of get a bit of a you either get that, you get like a blank face, or you get people being like, oh my god, I love country. Like it's one or the other. I think there's a lot of country fans in the UK that don't publicize that they're country fans. It's just something that they listen to on their own, which is totally fine. But you get the kind of like, what, huh? There's country in the UK. But yeah, a lot of people just are interested, and they kind of want to know what country is now, because they're so used to the kind of the old school country as well.
So you recently teamed up for another big release with Charlotte Young for On the Loose. What was it like doing a duet rather than that sort of a solo?
It was really nice, actually. It was nice to go through everything with someone else. Because although I co-wrote "Devil Dealt Me You" with Kyle Elliott, and we kind of like shared a release day as well. He released his song on the same day. Because he wasn't performing on the track, it was different to releasing the song with Charlotte. Because it's her song, but she asked me to be on it, and the two of us kind of like played with the vocals, and there's like this really cool back and forth, and all the promotion for it was like the two of us in a lineup. Like, fun. It was really fun, and to kind of get as excited as you would be about your own track with someone else is really cool.
So were the nerves slightly different when you know not all the pressure's on you come release day?
Completely. I was like, it'll be fine. I was so chilled out. I just kind of trusted that it would go well because it was a cool song. And I think that when it's your own music as well, it's quite difficult to do that. But when you're looking to someone else and you're thinking this is a really cool song that you've written, I just happen to be singing on it. It's a very different dynamic, and it's a lot easier to be chilled out about that and excited and trust that that's going to do well than it is about your own sometimes.
So what was it like then recording the song at the height of that kind of winter lockdown time?
I mean, I had to invest in a mic. that was that was the biggest thing to come from it, I think. And like having to, I did music tech A level, but having to kind of relearn how to record everything was interesting, because I haven't actually been at the desk or doing anything actively other than singing and playing every so often, for a very very long time. I think it's been like 7 years or something. So yeah, relearning all of that was fun. And yeah, it was cool. We kind of sent things back and forth, and I had ideas, she had ideas. We kind of mushed them together and kept sending random tracks. So it worked well.
But as you said, you have now got obviously another single of your own out with The Devil That Dealt With You that you've just played. So what was it like getting that one out there with, again, your name kind of being a bit more known
Yeah.
this time round?
It was really cool, and I think because Kyle had the same release day for his song "Empty" as well, it was like we were both doing the same thing. We both wanted each other to succeed. So I did a few live streams on his, he did one on mine, um, so it kind of almost had that little duet dynamic with it, which was nice. It took a bit of the pressure off, and because I'd already done it once, I was like, okay, I know what to expect now. And I had Laura at Your Forte doing the PR for me as well, which was super helpful. I wish I'd known that for the first one. If I'd known you could do that, that would have been great. But it was good. It was good to learn it all anyway. But yeah, I knew the deal. I knew what to do. I knew how to kind of promote everything. So it was a lot easier. And I really liked the song as well, so that made it nice.
So radio's been very kind to you in the early days. So how important has it been for building a fan base at a time when you can't get out and perform live as much?
Yeah, it's been important to me. I mean, I didn't have any kind of fan base this time last year really. It wasn't until kind of mid-April that I started doing bits and pieces, and then kind of threw myself into social media and into the country scene. And everyone has been so unbelievably supportive, like right from the off. People like DC Brown, Linda, who's on here, Emmy as well. Like everybody has just been so great and so encouraging, that it's kind of kept the momentum up for me as well. It's kind of made me feel like, okay, like it's working. Things are going in the right direction, and I'm really happy with where everything's gone in the past year. But yeah, it's all been down to kind of getting to know people and making new friends and chatting to everyone, and supporting each other, I think.
Now, you must have had so many accomplishments that you've kind of ticked off a bucket list in the last 7 months, but getting the call for being a track of the day on BBC Radio, what was that like to have the song chosen?
It was so cool. I was like, what do I do? Is there anything I can do? Like, yeah, no, it was great. It was really, really exciting. It hadn't happened for Whatever You Got, so I was kind of like, oh, this it's not gonna happen, and I just sort of accepted it. But yeah, no, when they sent me an email, and yes, the lady was really lovely and super encouraging. And then she played it the following Monday. It was literally within like 2 days. It was being played. So yeah, it was really, really cool. It was really like surreal.
So when an email comes through for something like that for the first time, is there like a double check of this is not a spam email, this is not a fake email kind of thing?
Yeah, you instantly check the name on Instagram and just see see who it is. I was like, oh yeah, you're a presenter. That's okay. Yeah, no, definitely that does happen.
But so it's all turned out well in the end. And did you kind of notice, obviously, streaming numbers go up after getting something like that?
Yeah, I mean the actual the Devil Dealt Me You did pretty well in terms of streams. So and I'm not a Spotify expert by any means, but it did better than the first track, whatever you've got. So for me that was enough of an achievement. Just kind of as long as every time I'm doing it, I'm either bettering it or I'm releasing something that's closer to me. The more I do things like that, the better they are anyway, I think.
Awesome. Right. Should we have another song?
Oh yes, let me just make sure this. Yeah, we're in. We're okay, I think. She says. Yeah, okay. Right, so I'll play whatever you've got for you guys, if that's okay. I want a fast car, a wrecked bar, tattoo on my chest. A dive bar so damn far from where my hometown rests. It's all good on paper, but what I want's on the rocks. God, if you can, give me that. I'll take a shot at whatever you've got. Comfort in the southern one, and desperate and desperado, the picket fence or a bar. The moonlight's my moonshine. I thank the Lord that ain't a crime. These strings are getting warm. I want a fast car, a wrecked car, tattoo on my chest. A dive bar is so damn far from where my hometown rests. It's so good on paper, but what I want's on the rocks. God, if you can, give me that. I'll take a shot at whatever you've got. I wanna drive in a Cadillac, go fast as hell so I don't look back. To where but it's just a flower. Gravity ain't forgiving and sapphire ain't got no gin in. So I'll take whatever's there. I want a fast car, a wrecked bar, tattoo on my chest. A dive bar is so damn far from where my hometown rests. It's so good on paper, but what I want's on the rocks. So if you can give me that, I'll take a shot at whatever you've got. My good friend Jack, those money tires, the things that keep me up at night. I'm off the rocks, so give me what you got. I want a fast car, a red bar, tattoo on my chest. A dive bar so damn far from where my hometown rests. It's all good on paper, but what I want's on the rocks. God, if you can, give me that. God, if you can, give me that. I want a fast car, a wrecked bar, tattoo on my chest. A dive bar is so damn far from where my hometown rests. It's all good on paper, but what I want's on the rocks. God, if you can, give me that. I'll take a shot at whatever you've got.
Thank you very much for that one.
Thank you.
Now, you shared the Whatever You've Got music video on our Instagram today.
Yes.
What was it like kind of getting to do that first proper music video?
Bizarre. It was really strange. It was actually my dad who directed it and produced it, so that kind of took the strangeness off a little bit. But it was really like surreal. It was strange having someone like do my makeup and fix my hair if it was like slightly woofy or like and we hired a Mustang for the day as well. And there was a really cool guy who owned the Mustang who just drove us at like 30 miles an hour down this road, and we had this drone like following us, and about 1 million cars behind us like beeping their horns and swearing out their windows. But no, it was really fun. It was really cool. It was hard work, but it was really fun.
So with the lockdown starting to ease, is there plans for a music video then for The Devil Dealt With Me, do you think?
Not for this one, but there's definitely something possibly maybe in the works, maybe possibly.
That's the worst kind of hint ever, I think, going there.
I know. I say the same thing every time, and everyone's like, we can see straight through you. I don't know why.
Now, live shows are starting to come back, and you've already been able to announce a couple of shows I know for later in the year. So what's it like getting the dates back in the diary?
It's really exciting. It's really nice. And these are all like, I'm so used to doing like normal pub gigs and things is what I've been doing for the past 10 years. So to have like country specific gigs coming in as well is really nice. Because it means I can play my own stuff and people enjoy it, and it means I can play like country covers and people know the songs. So yeah, I'm really excited to get back to it.
What will it be like, do you think, walking out on the stage for the first time in front of people, actually seeing people face to face?
I have no idea, and I'm terrified to think of it, to be honest. I think it's going to be a situation where it's going to take getting used to again. Yeah, and like not talking so much as well. I'm gonna have to be like, oh no, people actually are gonna clap now. Hopefully.
You've got to remember they just want more and more songs, don't they?
I'm gonna be like, I've run out of songs, guys. I'm really sorry. I can't Google anymore.
Now, we have 2 original songs already out. What can we expect then in the coming months?
Definitely, possibly, maybe. So some more stuff. I've got a few cool announcements to make that I'm really excited about. That's got a few other people involved as well, so that will be fun. Yeah, there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up, and a lot of kind of behind the scenes things that I'm gonna be posting in all the places.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening, and again for taking over our Instagram. And I know you're going to play us out with one final song, aren't you?
Yeah. So this one is called "Sin on a Shoestring." It's one of my favorite songs that I've ever written. So I hope you guys like it too. Yeah, this is "Sin on a Shoestring." Called him up at 2 a.m. just looking for myself again. A white night to soothe my lonely soul. You were laying next to him, no idea who I could have been. Not lonely, but never felt more alone. 2 shots of a bottle to go. Oh no, why am I drinking? A shot through a heart like a stone. Oh, what the hell are you thinking? He's a top shelf, sit around still, so with his lips on your heart and a lack of a backbone. Looking back, he's a sin on a shoestring. I wouldn't do what he said when he would, then he don't think we'll ever be through. But I know what he's saying to you, 'cause he's saying it to me too. Saying it to me too. Same hand, a different date, and stories that we both made different and I'll be tails. Flip us both and we won't fail. Lipstick stains like glass tonight. 2 shots of a bottle to go. Wonder why are we drinking a shot through a heart like a stone? Oh, what the hell are we thinking? He's a top shelf, sit around still, so with his lips on your heart and a lack of a backbone. Looking back, he's a sin on a shoestring. I wouldn't do what he said when he would, then he don't think we'll ever be through. But I know what he's saying to you, 'cause he's saying it to me too. Saying it to me too. By the end he said we're hell on heels. Got this old guitar and spinning wheels. You placed your bet, she threw you away. So save your tears for another day. 'Cause he's a top shelf, sit around still, so with his lips on your heart and a lack of a backbone. Looking back, he's a sin on a shoestring. I wouldn't do what he said when he would, then he don't think we'll ever be through. But I know what he's saying to you, 'cause he's saying it to me too. 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 It's a little clap in the background there.
Sound effects from inside the house.
Yeah.
And before the people have spoken as well.
Oh,
We're already being told
thanks,
that should be the next single.
guys. Thanks, Linda.
So thank you again very much for joining us. If you don't follow Georgia already, down there somewhere there, over there,
So, yeah.
make sure you're following Georgia on her socials and keep an eye out for more releases. So thank you so much, Georgia, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, and thanks everyone in the comments as well. I have been reading them as we've been going, and they've been really funny.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.